Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to start the beginning of the second semester of Algebra 1. We're going to be looking at how to find the slope of a line from a graph. That will be covered in IXL S3, find slope of graph. So let's go ahead and get rid of this, get started. Okay. Find the slope of a line from a graph. You should be able to get all this on one page of notes. I'll just keep adding to it. So the first thing that I need you to do, go ahead and make an XY graph, but all we really need is the first coordinate. That's the only part of it that we actually need to use, okay? All right, let's go ahead and start with a couple of coordinates, 1, 3, and 4, 7, okay? And before you plot those, what I want you to do is go ahead and, if you color code, go ahead and put in your grid. Oh, there's that bell. Go ahead and put in your grid lines. Here's your X grid lines, put them in red, and put your blue or your Y grid lines in blue, because I want you to think of this in a grid pattern. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is let's go ahead and plot 1, 3. The X value is 1. See, the X value is 1, and the Y value is 3. And then go ahead and plot the second point. The X value is 4, and the Y value is 7. Okay. Now, the actual definition of slope is the change in y over the change in x. And here's the change in y. The change in y from the first point to the second point goes from 3 to 7. And what I want you to do is count blocks. Block 1, block 2, block 3, and block 4. When you're talking about a change in y, you're talking about a vertical change. Count the blocks, not the lines. The vertical distance between this point and this point is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and the horizontal distance between these two is 1, 2, 3. Okay. So just to let you know, that is not a triangle. That is the Greek letter delta, D. And in mathematics, delta means change. It almost always means change. That's the Greek letter delta. It is not a triangle. Okay, so we counted the vertical distance. Here it is, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the vertical distance between these 2 points. It is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we did the horizontal distance. The left and right distance was 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, would you say that 4 is a change in y or a change in x? It is the change in y. Y was 7 here, y was 3 here. The distance between those two is 4, which means that 3 would be the change in x. And here we're still looking at this formula right here. So in order to compute this, you take the change in y, which is 4, over the change in x, which is 3. So here's the answer, 4/3, right here. Go ahead and put your line in here, because that's what you're going to see. Now, you need to pay really close attention. It has to go through an intersection. Here's an intersection. Here's an intersection. Here's an intersection. You cannot tell me what x equals right here, because it doesn't go through one of these grid lines. It has to go through an intersection. Here, x is 1, y is 3. Here, x is 4, and y is 7. It has to go through an intersection, through the crosshairs. Here's an intersection. Here's an intersection. It's absolutely has to go through the intersection in order for you to be able to count those blocks. Okay. Just a reminder, if the line goes uphill, this is your Christmas tree, that is positive. If the line goes downhill, that's negative. If it went straight across, your slope would be 0. And then finally, if the line went straight up and down, there would be no slope. It would just be undefined. You wouldn't be able to do it. So that is how you do S3. Make sure you're going between points. You won't see the points on IXL. You'll just see where the line goes through the intersection. Make sure that you're going from where the line goes to the intersection. This place is useless. This place is useless. Everything except for where it goes to the intersection does not help me count. I have to go between where the line crosses through the intersection. See where these blue and red lines meet? And again, on IXL, you'll just see the line. You won't see the points. Okay, you count up, put that number on the top. Count to the right, put that number on the bottom. If it goes uphill to the right, that's positive. If it goes downhill to the right, that is negative. Okay, so good luck with that. If you have any questions, just let me know. Thank you very much.